Hello! And welcome to another Q&A. It's only been, 3 years since the last one? I mean, well, but better late than never. I did it. I made it. I grabbed questions from both YouTube comments and TikTok comments this time around. So without further ado, let's get a wriggle on. From Jolt Jackalope. Question. Pocari, if you had to choose any other species as your main persona, what kind of animal would it be? So because I already do have like a billion other characters and also a persona that I use when I'm not being on the roo, I'm going to frame this question as what would I pick if I was making a brand new character for a brand new YouTube channel? I think it would have to be a Fresher Shark. They have the cutest, goofiest little faces, like look at it, I love them. They can also be iridescent, so that really opens up the ideas for designs. And they have these really cool, really long whip-like tails, which they actually do use to stun their prey. It's so cool. And the channel will probably be about another big interest of mine, fish. All sorts of like snorkeling and fishing and documenting species, maybe even a little bit of cooking. I mean, like, who knows? Dang it, now I want to like actually do this. Ugh. Be right back, I'm deleting my whole channel. I'm rejecting humanity, I'm returning to fish. From Chips Cookie Factory 8617. Question. What would you recommend for someone who is trying to do a business somewhat similar to yours, and what are the pros and cons of it? I have two main recommendations for that one. Firstly, you want to start small and build your way up. Go into it as just like a hobby or a side hustle just to begin with, so that way you can get a feel for it, you can work out how you sort of want to expand, and you'll learn whether you even enjoy doing it as a business at all. And all of that is so much easier to do when you don't have to stress about succeeding to make ends meet. And secondly, find a need and fill that need. For example, let's say you open up a donut shop in Donut Town on Donut Lane. It's going to be a lot harder to sell your donuts when there are already 20 other donut shops on the same strip. Even if your donuts are far superior than the others, like yours are easily the best donuts in town. But let's say you notice that as people are doing their treks down Donut Lane, they're also walking their dogs. And the doggos, they don't have donuts. So you open up the only doggy donut shop in town, and suddenly everyone is stopping at your shop on their way through Donut Lane, so good old Fido can have a donut too. I hope that example makes sense. Maybe I'm just hungry. But either way, the moral of the story is, don't be put off by the competition. You want to find your own edge that makes your business yours. Now, you also ask for the pros and cons, and those can vary a lot depending on what exactly it is you're doing. But for me, I found that the main pro is just the flexibility. Like, I can work extended days when I'm feeling like a boss, or I suddenly have like an influx of orders to smash out. Or on the other hand, if I'm not feeling too crash hot, I can work just half a day, go have a rest, and bounce back even better tomorrow. I don't have to ask anyone, I don't have to wait for a manager's approval, I can just go. As for what is the biggest con for me, I have to say it is the accounting. Numbers and receipts and taxes and maths and it's the very opposite of the things that I enjoy. I dread it every single time, but it's gotta be done. So make sure you don't forget to consider and learn those sort of aspects, because yeah, if you run a business and don't do the accounting properly for years, it is going to bite you in the butt hard. From the Azure2330. Question. What type of games do you like? I actually love a huge range of games. With the one exception being super realistic fighting FPS shooty type games. Like, I'm playing games to escape reality, not experience more of it in 4K. Naturally, I am a huge fan of Pokemon, but my current addiction is actually a game called Balatro. It's poker, but a roguelike and a deck builder? It's like they took a whole bunch of genres in a hat and pulled out 3, but they somehow made it work. It is insanely fun, especially when you start racking up some really crazy combos, like just big number make a brain happy.
2 pair with the face guards. So this should be a really nice hand, actually. Oh, and I get my times 4 mult on this one too with the loyalty card. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, look at it go! Big number! Big number! Big number! Whoa! 36,000! 36,000! Oh my god. God damn. That was a big number.
But beyond that, some of my other all-time favorite games include Sea of Thieves, the original Spyro trilogy, Baldur's Gate, Inscription, Phasmophobia, Wobble Dogs, TF2, Hades, Pajama Sam, Maneater, Persona. It's just to name a few, and it's a fair mixed bag. So I'm not really sure what we can conclude from my gaming interests. Like, maybe I just like adventure. Dunno. Well, either way, leave me a comment below if we share a favorite game. From Ruby the Wolf 9759. Q. What is a style of fursuit you're surprised you haven't seen? Style is in materials, method, overall look, or species. Okay, I don't even have to think about this. I really want to see a Cerberus fursuit, but the other two heads are controlled with your hands. So it kind of combines fursuiting with puppeteering. It would be incredibly difficult to pull off. I don't even know where you'd start in building that. But if anyone can do it, it would steal the show of every single room it walks into. If I ever win the lottery one day, I'm putting a call out to all makers and be like, name your price, someone make this happen for me. From Totally Not Pocari Roo. Hey, I really like the Wolf Out Pride hoodies you do, but I want to mix and match the different pride colours. Is this something you can do? Ah, what a well-written, well-thought-out, and well-timed question, if I do say. Yes, we just launched Wolf Out Your Way. Let me play you the short video that I made.
The wolf bit you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Go on now. Heaven help you.
And I am like high-key proud of how that video turned out because Gucci Feline absolutely slayed it on the music and everything else just kind of fell into place for me. And like I got my own footage, I made my own sound effects, like I put a lot of work into that. They're available on VOODOO.com right now, so I would very much appreciate if you went and had a little looky or even checked out some of the other awesome stuff we've got up there. From Reginald Husky 4949. Q. What do you think is currently the best social media platform to network in the furry fandom? This is actually a really difficult one to answer because I feel like the fandom is pretty fragmented between all the platforms at the moment. Twitter was arguably one of the largest furry platforms for a while, but since they murdered the bird and gave us X, it's not been quite as lucrative for us. As well as a whole other rap sheet of problematic changes that have happened on there. Then there's Instagram, but recently it had an update where you can essentially just pay to make your post more visible, so it's very quickly turning into just an advertising platform, more so than it was already. And then there's TikTok, but TikTok can be pretty hit and miss because, while yeah, there is a really large, really wonderful community of furries over there, it is really easy to have your content end up on the wrong side of TikTok, which can lead to you being mass reported by haters and trolls and getting wrongfully banned because TikTok goes, oh, look at these hundreds of reports. Hundreds of people can't be wrong. You can just make another account, but starting again from square one just sucks. And then what else we got? We've got Facebook, but it's Facebook, and Tumblr, but I haven't been on Tumblr in years. Do people still use Tumblr? Is Tumblr good again? I've seen it go through so many ups and downs. Like, where does Tumblr stand right now? Someone please tell me. Oh, and not too long ago, we actually got Blue Sky, which is a brand new platform that was supposed to be an alternative to Twitter after everything was going down. And I've tried it, and it's good, but I don't know, I just don't fully vibe with it the way, like, it doesn't really use hashtags in a traditional sense. Like, it's kind of difficult to find your sort of communities. Like, once you can find them, it's good, but it's easier said than done. I haven't quite fully grasped how to blue sky properly, so yeah, the community is very all over the place at the moment. I reckon the current state of furry social media is definitely worthy of a video in itself. From Professors 430. Will you be doing more VR content?
Yes, I certainly am. Also, how pretty is this world? It's called Minecraft Evening 2.0. Freaking gorgeous. Also, just gotta take a moment to show off the hoodie. How good is it? I have actually just been doing a lot more VR, especially just in my own time as well, because I have a much nicer setup now with lots more space, and a housemate of mine has very kindly let me borrow their Valve Index. It is such a glow up from the Vive Pro. Like, the Vive Pro is still wonderful headset, but oh my goodness, it is night and day. Especially the controllers. Look, I can wiggle my fingies. Just having that immediate feedback, especially when I'm like, point. And I'm like, point. Like, it's great. And I will also be at Furality. Not this weekend, the weekend after. Well, the next Furality Umbra. I hope to make some sort of video while I'm there as well. I'm, not sure yet, but I'll probably be recording a lot of my time there. So, hey, if you want to be in a video and you spot me running around, don't be afraid to come up and say, hey, I'd love to say hello. And I've been doing some more VR content over on Twitch as well, so be sure to chuck us a follow over there.
From Nanya. What are your furry fandom hot takes? Ooh, let's see. Like, I feel like I'm pretty chill, so hot takes aren't something I really have often, but I think it has to be my opinion on closed species, which is, I like them, and I think it's a fun avenue to support artists. Now, it can be pretty case by case, like, nobody should be gatekeeping elements of a character design, especially if it's really simple ones. But if an artist has a super cool, super unique species that they have put hours of work into the design, and the lore, and the world, paying a royalty for access to that doesn't sound unreasonable to me at all. Now, this does get quite interesting when the species gets so popular and so sought after that the artist can sell them for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. But to that, I say, good on them! It's hard enough to make significant money as an artist as is. Get that bag! Get that bag! Most of the time, the artist didn't even price them that high to begin with. The demand from the community makes for some competitive bidding, and that just naturally drives up the price. People are paying what they want to pay, which is good. It's a good thing. It's supporting artists in a very, very difficult industry. So I hope that perspective makes sense, but of course you are welcome to think and do whatever you like. In fact, one of the things that you should do is leave me your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what everyone thinks about this sort of thing. From Red Fox. As a fellow Aussie, I wanted to ask if you have to check your suits for insects before putting it on. Have you caught any bugs in your suits? Do I have to check my suits for insects? Yes. Yes, I do. So far, I haven't found any big bugs or anything of the sort in my suits before. The only thing is, like, if I haven't suited for a while, sometimes there'll be like a tiny little spider web between Pocari's ears. From Akio:3. Is it scary getting your first fursuit? And what are some designs you should stay away from? I'd say it's equally scary and exciting, because woo, yeah, you're finally getting your suit, wah! But it's a pretty big expense, and that alone can be quite nerve-wracking. As for designs, there isn't really anything I can say to stay away from, because you can go as complex as you want. It'll just naturally drive up the cost of your suit, so it really just depends on your budget. Actually, wait, no, I take that back. There is definitely some designs that I can say to stay away from. But it's the kind of things that I'd hope are already quite obvious, like don't use any hateful or offensive symbolism, and don't deliberately and maliciously steal someone else's design. You know, the sort of things that you think would go without saying, though I have definitely seen cases of both. Multiple times, unfortunately. So, as long as you have even an ounce of common sense to not do anything remotely like that, you can go as crazy as you want with your designs. From Depression. Do you have haters? Big fan. Ah, thank you. Oh yeah, of course, but that's just how it be when you're a figure on the internet. It does take a little bit to get used to, but there are two sayings that always help me get by. Number one, you can make the world's most delicious, prize-winning apple pies, and there will still be some people complaining that it's not cherry. And number 2, never take criticism from someone that you would have never gone to for advice. I do not remember where I heard either of them, but yeah, it's just, you can't please everyone, so no point trying to. Just be you and don't be afraid to use that block button. From Blueberry B, how do you know if the faux fur I'm using is high quality or low quality? You can honestly actually just feel the difference, because high quality fur is very soft, it's well compacted, and it almost feels like actual fur. It also doesn't all immediately fall out when you brush it, and it just feels nice and comfortable against your skin. Low quality fur usually feels very plasticky and a little brittle, even has a little bit of a tackiness to it, kind of like a microfiber towel. Ugh. Sometimes even feels a little foamy, and against your skin it feels really itchy and uncomfortable and gross. The other way to tell is usually the price. Most decent quality furs will set you back about $50 a meter or $35 US a yard. If the fur that you're getting is significantly cheaper than that, I would be a little suspect. Oh, and one more way, of course, is to make sure you get the fur from a reputable faux fur seller, like Big Z Fabrics or How Fabrics. And that is it for another Q&A! I am so excited to finally bring them back, so I really hope you enjoyed. And just like old times, don't forget to leave me some more questions in the comments below, but make sure you include the hashtag Q&A, so then it's much easier for me to find them, and I might just answer it in the next video. I hope everybody has been doing good. I can't believe we are already halfway through 2024. I don't like that. It's going too fast. If you're going to Furry, I hope to see you there. Otherwise, I hope you stay safe and stay awesome. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye!